So today, just want to show y'all a cold start, a chokeless cold start on the 223. Now, this is the carburetor that I actually took off of that engine. Right, give me 1 second. So this is the carb that I took off of the engine. This came with the engine when I bought it, right? So what I had to do was I had to completely remove the choke. So I replaced the carb with the exact same carburetor. Came with a throttle cable and everything. So, just want to show you. Cold start. Cold chokeless start. No cable is attached to it. There's no flap in there at all. I haven't started this damn thing all day. Actually, I ain't come outside yesterday neither. It's been fucking raining, so. It wasn't directly on the button. I did have to hold it a little bit. But, chokeless start. This might end up being reliable. I think that's what this one's gonna end up being, honestly. About to replace this damn oil cooler, so I don't gotta ride with it like this. That's how the 223 looking. Had to wrap the exhaust. I got a cover for this, but one of the bolts came out, so I got to get another one and thread lock it because I forgot to. Had to wrap the exhaust. How I'm gonna end up mounting the new one is actually off of the neck in both spots because it has 2 locations, so I could actually remove this and oil cooler's right here for now, just for now. About to actually go replace it. Another day, another problem. So I'm outside. It's not really a problem, but I'm out here. I got a couple things I got to do. So that is actually for this bike. I got to move that over there. That is for this bike as well as that. I'm actually in the process of looking for the screws for this because I put this on the other day. As you can see, it started to melt. And I let my boy ride, and when he came back, there was only this screw in it. And it was dangling. So I took it out. I gotta find some screws with a thread pitch for these. Maybe a nut too behind it, so then that way it's definitely locked in there. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing with that. And while I was on the ride out, my boy was riding this one, and I was riding behind him for obvious reasons, so I can keep my eye on my bike for obvious reasons. Because yeah, glad I did that, like I always do. Because only thing I know is I'm looking for him in the pack, and I find him, and then I just see the oil cooler literally dragging, about to get caught under the wheel. So this is the result of that. It didn't end up leaking in there or anything. It was just bouncing around for a little bit, dragging. I caught it, pulled him over to the side, and it's been like this since. That was Saturday. Today's Monday. I didn't ride it yesterday. I did go to Hawk's Nest on the 300. Well, I didn't record yesterday. I just took the ride, honestly. I should have did some recording, but I still have to pull some footage off of my my CarPlay unit, so I opted on not recording that ride. It was a pretty sweet ride. I was out all fucking day. From 10 o'clock, I got home probably like 8:30. So, with that being said, I'm going to jump on to doing this oil cooler. I got a replacement one. It's actually a smaller one. So, I'm hoping this one actually does enough cooling, honestly. But it's a smaller one, and it's actually going to go right off of the neck. So I'm gonna have this mounted right here instead of how I had it mounted, which actually I might have to still mount it down there. Yeah, that'll bring it low enough for me to put the top one on. So yeah, I guess that's how I'm gonna have it. I gotta take this off. So I might have to actually take this mount off because I have the bolts. The heads are flipped inside of this rail, so I can't actually just turn a nut. But yeah, let me take this mount off so I can start doing what I gotta do. What I'm gonna end up doing, because of these and the fact that I didn't like these lines being so long anyway, I'm gonna end up cutting the lines. And I figure with this one, because I was already having issue with that, I'm assuming the previous owner, when I bought it and I went to do the oil change on it, that was already bent, the bottom one, right? So because this doesn't have a drain plug, you have to actually drain it from where the screen is. But because it has an oil cooler on it, you gotta take the lines off to take the damn thing off. So I'm assuming the previous owner was having issues with it, and yeah, they ended up bending the line, and then that caused me to bend it some. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this side of the line, and I'm gonna use the shorter end over there. I think that might have been the better option off rip, but either way, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. And then on that one, I'm on the ground, don't mind me. And then this one, I got some plastics to install to try to convert this to a Supermoto. Like I've been saying, I want to go with that Supermoto look. So yeah, let me just get up off this damn ground and get to doing something. Update, I've done a few things. I'm gonna start with this one over here. So because I'm going with the Supermoto look, don't mind the seat. The seat isn't staying. The seat is not staying. Because I'm going with the Supermoto look, I got a long tail on it. So when I'm you know, 12 in this bitch, it's just gonna fold over and scrape, basically. Yeah, that's the good thing about this plastic versus this plastic. This plastic ain't that plastic. I put a screw through there and it already cracked it. And that was just to make sure that everything was secure. But yeah, anyway, got that on. I got a front fender for it as well, but I'm gonna have to actually drill some holes in the bottom of this, tap it, so then that way I don't have to run a nut on it. And I'm gonna need spacers. I'm thinking maybe like a 1-inch spacer, so then that way the fender can actually sit where I want it to. I can actually give you a quick mock-up, so let me just do that real quick. Now, as far as the look, is gonna end up something like this, basically. So right now, I just got a box holding the front fender, and you see it right behind the forks. But realistically, that's about the height that's gonna sit at. Now, I don't even remember what this fender is off of, but I did have to trim the back end of it to actually fit, so then that way you can actually lock turn. But outside of that, did a little trimming there, did a little trimming on that, not too much on the back. See the look I'm going for? Now, it's just gonna be a matter of me painting the plastics. I'm gonna have to prep those soon, so I could, you know, get this a uniform color or a multicolor, but better looking definitely, because this shit is atrocious. Mind you, this is how I bought it. I just put it back together how it should be. And yeah, now I'm getting it pretty-ified, however the fuck. Changing the tires on it. Still trying to figure out what tires I want to go for, what kind of look I want to go for. But yeah. Alright, so on to this one. Oh wait, was there anything else I did on that? Was there anything else I did on this? Oh yeah, I changed the shifter. That was about it, to a shorter shifter. This one, I just got done with the oil cooler. That's why it's actually running, so then that way I can make sure that it's flowing, and then I can check the oil level, because this engine doesn't have a dipstick, and that's how I actually know that it's flowing through the oil cooler. But anyway, did that. That's the old one with no mounting tab anymore. This one, it is smaller, but it does fit better, and it does work. So with that being said, I did that. I just changed the spring on this, but I think I want to find a different location to actually mount a spring, or do a return spring off of here directly, because when I hit the brake, that's all that happens. It doesn't actually come all the way back out. So sometimes I have to actually put my foot under there. That's just what I've noticed so far. What else is it? And I put this on, but I think it's just melting just because it's plastic. So I'm gonna have to find a better one. Like the actual mounting point itself is melting. So yeah, find a better one for that. It is what it is. And I think I want to actually try to route that between there. Kind of like how I got this one routed. I think I do want to give that a shot as well. I might have to let it cool down for that because I'm not about to burn myself on that exhaust. But yeah, did all that. Not much of anything today, honestly. But it'll be something else in this video that I add to this because it is going to be a short video. But either way, trying to look, is there anything else I had to do before I leave? Because actually, it's good to ride. Realistically, that's all I had to do. But it's good to ride, so I'm gonna take it for a little ride. My back hurts, so I opted to go on a ride today. Took out the 223 because it has the high mount exhaust, and I have the most ground clearance on this one. So I can take back roads and shit like that with this one and just, you know, BS with it. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm out on the back road that I'm used to actually riding on. It's actually like a walking trail that goes like, I don't even know how many miles, but it's long as shit. I've rode this shit from end to end before on my other bike, the Little Monster. But yeah, no, decided to take this one out because it's gonna be the bike that's more so set up for this type of thing. The go anywhere, do anything type of bike. Right now the tires aren't set up for it because I haven't got tires for it yet. I am in the process of actually trying to figure something else out with this. So I am gonna go with a different set of wheels and tires overall with this bike, which is actually gonna give me a little bit more ground clearance as well. So with that being said, I opted on not working today. I could have been doing what I had to do as far as getting the wheels to fit on this bike, but my back hurts, okay? I'm just being honest. I was working yesterday and I went to get up and I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what happened, but anyway, that, and I took a long ass ride on Sunday. So yeah, with that being said, my body's been telling me, take a break. I wasn't even gonna ride today, but I didn't want to stay inside. So I said, I'm gonna come outside. I'm gonna enjoy this weather. And if I'm in pain, I'll just go home. That's all it is. Like if I'm excruciating pain, I'll just go home. But for now, I'm okay. Been out for, I want to say about an hour now. Not too much going on. But yeah, just enjoying the scenery while I'm riding. It's funny because having them side by side, you can actually see the height difference and the length difference. Now it's not going to show on camera as far as the length, but the height, you can definitely see the difference in the height just based off of right here. So both kickstands are basically leaning at the same angle. That one's just on 14s. Look how much further back that one is, and both the front wheels are in the same position. They're fun bikes, they're fun. So with a bad tune on that one, as fast as I've got that one up to was 86 miles per hour. I didn't have my GPS on that one. That's the 304 valve over there, and I was on the 12s at the time. This one, I just re-geared it. So I went up on the rear sprocket and still on the 12s. I was able to just go 85 miles per hour, and this is a 223 2 valve. Quote unquote 85. I didn't have my phone to check the GPS speed on that one. But yeah, no, I definitely am glad that I did re-gear it because it actually gave me more torque to actually push through to get to the top speed. So that's actually good, but I'm probably gonna have to re-gear it again once I actually change these wheels, which I'm almost done with. Gotta order tires, gotta order some tubeless tape, and I think, oh wait, and barrels, wider barrels. But other than that, I think I'm good. Oh wait, no, I'm lying. I want to order rotors too. I want to order floating rotors for this. I'm not gonna run solids on it. And I think my caliper should have came in. I'm gonna have to go home and check. Last time I checked, it ain't coming yet. But yeah, no, wheels are almost ready to go on here. Last thing I'm gonna have to do after I figure out the spacer for the sprocket side is I'm gonna go up to the front and figure out the spacers on both sides, just to make sure I get that width right. And I'll be good to actually run this one on 14s as well. It's just not gonna be the same set of 14s. So basically the barrels that I'm gonna change to, I'm changing from a 1.4 and a 1.6 to basically going back to stock KP setup, which is a 2.5 and a 3. So basically I'm just going with a +2 on this bike, whereas with this one the front is a +2, the rear is a +2 plus 0.5. So that's a 2.5 and that's a 3.5. But I digress. Things are coming together real quick. I don't even realize how quick things are coming together. Time is literally just flying by. I want to try to make it to the Smoky Mountain Small Bore Rally, honestly, but it's looking like the only way I'll be able to do that is if I ride a bike. If I ride one of these. So honestly, I'm kind of trying to get something together before then, so I can figure out if I actually want to go ahead and try to push one of these that far. I've already rode that one on a 300-mile day, basically. It was somewhere high 200s. But yeah, I've done that day on that already. Long day. I want to say I've done a couple long days on that 300 already. A couple 10-hour days. So I know that one to do it. Just take some breaks in between or whatever. Cool. This one, I'm putting some miles on now just to see what it's capable of. And so far, so good. Can't complain. Can't complain at all. Only thing I can't complain about is this. So that actually just broke on me. So I'm going to have to get another one or figure out making something to block my leg from getting burnt. Other than that, though, straight. I'm straight. But on that note, I shall see y'all in the next one. Enjoy y'all bikes. Keep upgrading them. Keep making them better. Keep progressing. I'm tired. That's why I don't even know what to say right now. I'm just being honest with y'all. Because all I've been doing is, working. But see y'all in the next one, alright?